Welcome, everyone, to DCR Out Loud. My name is Tara McKinney, and I'm the Public Outreach Director of the Division of Cannabis Regulation. I'm here today with my co-host and the new PAAS Director, which stands for
Patient and Application Services.
That's right. Congratulations, Shayna.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. I've been here before. I was the deputy of the section prior, but the jokes about being new, they live all week. So I'm new here. It's so nice to meet you.
Welcome, new girl.
Thank you.
Which is funny because as I was preparing for this, I was thinking, I don't think we've ever really introduced formally you.
Oh.
Like, who are you?
Who am I? Who is she?
Where did you come from?
Oh, where did you go? Well, I'm a Missouri native. I come from a very small town called Cuba. I have sort of lived all over the state. I went to school at Missouri State, so I lived in Springfield. I did a stint in Cape Girardeau. I also did a stint in Kansas City, and now I'm here, and I've been in Jeff City about 7 years. And though I am 5 years and some change into being with Division of Cannabis Regulation, this is actually my first foray into state work. Okay. I have a history of working in contract food service management, so I would do things on college campuses. But I found my way to the state, and you're never going to get rid of me. Yay. I'm always going to be here. And especially now, starting this new role, as I think we talked about it in another episode where Erica was promoted to the division deputy. So she was my director prior. So it's been really nice to work with her for the full past 5 years. And I feel like by way of collaborating with her and mentoring under her, I really am prepared for this next step. So I'm really excited for the opportunity. And patient and application services, we talk about quite regularly. We serve as the frontline team for the division, and our focus is on medical, individual ID cards, and then facility licensing. So a lot of frontline behind the scenes work. Mm-hmm. And we're ready to take on 2025 and see what we can do, especially with the new girl in town.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again. So happy for you and that I get to continue to work with you on this and many other projects.
Thank you. I'm glad I still get to keep my co-hosting duties. It's one that I would not want to give up.
I worried about it a little bit, but
don't worry. I'm here for you all.
Yay. So what are we getting into today?
Okay. Well, in this episode, we have different DCR staff joining us. First up is Katie Maples from the Program Development Unit to talk about data and some of the super cool dashboards that we have available on our website. Lindsey's going to be in the no zone, and we'll discuss what is a reference lab. And Ryan Bernard will round it out by talking about the testing unit and what his folks are up to. Are you ready to get going?
Let's get to it. With any organization that is out there in the world, there is usually data involved in some way, shape, or form. And data is like sometimes the core of all things.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tool to help inform our decisions and solve problems, improve processes, gain information, and much, much more.
Absolutely. I always think of data as the receipts for everything. It helps with transparency to our licensees and our stakeholders. We have an array of dashboards, data, and reports that we run consistently here in cannabis regulation. And some of those include patient, caregiver, consumer data, call center information, sales data, commencement and business license request dashboards, and that's just to name a few. So today we have Katie Maples here to talk to us about some of that data.
Hi, Katie. Welcome to DCR Out Loud.
Hello, everyone. It is fantastic to be here with you all and share some insight into the exciting world of data right here in DCR.
So, Katie, tell us about yourself.
So in December of 2023, I took on my current role as a senior research and data analyst here in the Program Development Unit. At the same time, I was wrapping up my master's in data science and analytics at the University of Missouri. Before this adventure, I spent 2 years at the Missouri State Public Health Lab, working with the microbiology unit and cross-training within the molecular unit. Since joining this incredible team, I've had the honor of collaborating with various sections, units within our department to standardize our validation and data reporting methods. If you're curious about our work, you can explore our public-facing reports on the data and reports page of our website. Now, before we dive into the exciting topic of data here in DCR, I have a data science joke for you.
Ooh, we love it.
So why did the data scientist break up with the statistician?
I don't know. Tell us.
I don't know.
So curious.
Because she found him mean, but he was just trying to find the median.
They say romance is dead.
I don't know which is worse, science jokes or dad jokes.
Dad jokes, for sure. Thanks for coming today, and thank you for introducing yourself. Also, thank you for the joke. We always appreciate those. So tell us, what reports and dashboards is the Program Development Unit responsible for creating and maintaining?
So the Program Development Unit is responsible for several important reports and dashboards that are crucial for tracking and analyzing data here in DCR. Specifically, we contribute to the annual report and maintain several of the website dashboards, which include the sales dashboard, the business change application dashboard, the commencement inspection dashboard, item approval dashboard, and the Missouri dispensary location directory.
Awesome. So tell us about your favorite two, or maybe not. Maybe they're not favorites, but which ones are you going to talk about today?
Perfect. I'd actually like to highlight 3 dashboards, and it's because they really have a very similar overall purpose and goal. This is the business change application dashboard, the commencement inspection dashboard, and the item approval application dashboard. So back in January of 2023, the Department of Health and Senior Services promoted transparency and accountability through interactive dashboards and data stories. These dashboards embody that standard set by the Department of Health and Senior Services. You will notice all 3 of these dashboards report interactive processes between DCR employees and the licensees. Each dashboard includes a quarterly total of inspections, requests, or items, as well as the average number of days it's taken the department to process these requests. All of these dashboards are updated on a quarterly basis. Transparency and accountability are not only standards set by DHSS, but also essential for maintaining public trust and confidence among our licensees. Insight from these dashboards has been used to help our department streamline internal processes as well. The reporting of this data provides a real-time view of our progress and development, which enables data-informed decisions right here within DCR.
So that's a lot of receipts. I like it. For our non-industry listeners, could you give us a short synopsis of what those 3 dashboards actually are telling the story of?
So the business change application dashboard is a process ran within our business licensing unit where they oversee the change of location, transfer of entity, and changes in ownership. So this gives us an overview of the amount of applications we've received for that quarter, as well as the average days to process those requests within the department. The commencement inspection request dashboard is insight into processes that happen within our compliance officer's workflow. They process applications to either a new license, a new location, a new space, a shared space, or a change use. And they inspect the space for approval to operate. And so this dashboard also gives you the amount of applications we received for that quarter and the amount that were approved, as well as the average days to process these requests. And then the item approval dashboard is insight into one of our newer processes, which is the packaging and labeling unit. This is how many packages they receive for approval. So they receive pictures of the packaging and labels, and they approve the products to be sold in that format within the market. If you have questions about these processes or dashboards, each dashboard includes a narrative below the table with a specific email and contact for additional information.
Yeah, and you can find that at cannabis.mo.gov and click on the Data and Reports tab.
Thank you for coming today, Katie. We appreciate you and all of your receipts.
Thank you. It's so great spending time with you too.
It's about that time.
What time is it, Tara?
It's time for the Know Zone. Our monthly segment will keep you in the know. This month, Lindsey will be talking about reference labs. Take it away, Lindsey.
Thanks, everyone. Hi, my name is Lindsey Roots. This month on the No Zone, we'll be talking about the State Public Health Lab. The State Public Health Lab is going to be used as a reference laboratory for the Division of Cannabis Regulation. So what does that mean? How will it be used? Well, we will be using it to verify testing from the licensed marijuana testing labs to ensure public health and safety of our products across the state. We will be taking samples from all licensed facilities to help ensure that we are accurately verifying these test results for the general public. So some of you may be asking, why is this important? Why go through these extra steps? It's already been tested. Well, as things sit on the shelf and new things are coming up and, new products are always being developed, we always need to double check and verify that we are being the best stewards of this program for not only our licensees, but the public. So by having this verification step, we're trying to help ensure that public health and safety is not only happening for the licensees as they're moving product from one license to another, making this product into other products, but also as it is going from those licensed producers to the dispensaries. After they've been sitting on the shelf for a little while, does the testing still hold up with those best buy dates? So it really is double checking and verifying that we are being the best stewards that we can for cannabis and products in this industry.
That was great information, Lindsey. I really like how you explain that. I've also heard our director talk about the purpose of the reference lab. Basically, state reference labs are being built out around the country in order to help oversee the cannabis testing labs and try to ensure consistency and accuracy with cannabis testing. It's just another layer on what we're already doing to oversee all aspects of testing. Thanks, Lindsey.
Thank you, Lindsey. And now we know.
So that was great information from Lindsey. And speaking of testing, I'm so thrilled for our next guest. We have Ryan Bernard here with us, and he's going to talk a little bit about testing.
Welcome, Ryan. You just started with DCR recently, but you're not new to the lab world. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at DCR?
Sure. So my name is Ryan Bernard, and I am the Testing and Research Unit Supervisor. I'm coming to you with a Master's in Business Administration with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. I started my career in small-scale bioorganics, and that was inside of a ISO 9001 facility. And I transitioned into a large-scale liquid formulation facility working with ISO 13485. These test kits that we produced were for human diagnostic. And I transitioned into state government, where I've been statewide cementitious and asphalt chemist, and then transitioned through auditors, and then happily where I found myself with you all.
Yeah. Were you at the State Public Health Lab?
Yes.
So you came from the State Public Health Lab too, right?
Yes. And that was over laboratory operations with the State Public Health Lab.
Yeah. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So tell us, what are the core responsibilities of the testing unit?
TRUE is responsible for testing licensee facilities, testing validation and verification, their ISO accreditation, proficiency testing, testing analytes, and then researching emerging trends in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, and that's a big job because testing is really a big part of Division of Cannabis Regulation.
And safety.
And safety, yeah. Tell us, what are some common misconceptions about TRUE?
Yeah, so a common misconception is that testing is trying to prevent products from hitting the market. And the reality of the situation is testing is trying to ensure the product is safe for human consumption.
So speaking of regulations, which regulations are related to testing product?
Yeah. So we fall under 19 CSR 100 1.110, where it outlines facility requirements, testing requirements, and sampling requirements.
Interesting. And so summarizing, what does that basically say?
It's going to outline the amount of product that you need to sample based on the processing lot. And from there, it will outline the related testing that's required. It also gives the testing licensees an opportunity to work with manufacturers and cultivators for an opportunity for remediation in the event that there is a failure, except for metals.
The main thing about it is that every product that is in the regulated market is tested at some point in the processing of it, right?
Very much so. And it can be tested as many times beforehand as an R&D sample, but it has to pass a final mandatory panel, meaning that it has to be completely safe and clear of all the contaminants that we outline inside of 19 CSR 101.110.
Yeah. And so for the folks at home, what does R&D mean?
R&D is research and development.
All right.
Yep. And so, and a lot of times what you'll do in these manufacturing processes is each step where you may be working with one or all of these contaminants, it gives them an opportunity as a checkpoint of, have we cleared this through manufacturing? Meaning they'll have some sort of remediation method or filtration just to kind of finish up and clean the product up, which is very standard inside of food development.
Right. And if you really want to see all of those things that we test for, because there's, I think, a good 2 pages or 1.5 page.
Yeah, the list is quite long.
List of all the different things that are being tested out there. And you can definitely find that in our rules and regulations. And that's on our website at cannabis.mo.gov.
Testing is a big topic, and it impacts all facets of the industry, especially, those folks out there that are purchasing and consuming. This is another way we ensure that it's done safely. So tell us, where can people connect with you all if they want to learn more about your work in testing?
Yeah, so you can reach out to DCR rep Tara McKinney directly, and she can navigate that communication through our unit. You can also email or call. Either one is fine. We're happy to answer any questions in relation to what would be your concerns related to testing and research.
Bouncing back on that reference lab, in the coming months, we're going to have Ryan on here, I'm sure, several more times to talk about that as we're ramping it up. And just testing, like I said, it's kind of one of those core requirements in law. And so we test all of our products that are coming out and hitting those shelves. So thank you. You have a big job.
We're looking forward to having you back for some updates later on this year.
Big news coming in Q2.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thanks
Can't
a lot,
wait.
Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so there's some exciting news today.
Yeah. Right.
We have decided to have a new running segment on DCR Out Loud.
What is it?
It is called Micro Minutes with Lesley.
Ooh.
And it is a segment dedicated specifically for our micro business licensees and or future applicants.
That's right.
So,
micro business may be a small business, but the topic is not.
yeah.
Welcome, Lesley.
Thank you. My name is Lesley Turek. I am the Chief Equity Officer for the Micro Business Program here at DCR. So this first one, I thought I'd keep it short and sweet, just a few reminders. But I wanted to remind all of my micro business licensees and perhaps future applicants of the 3 8s: communicate, operate, and relate.
Oh, that's catchy.
We're going to communicate with DCR as much as we can. We want to hear from you. We have time that we'll make for you anything that you want to talk to us about. Complaints, positives, negatives, problems, issues. Give me a call. Give your compliance officer a call. Give your BLS specialist a call. I think everyone around here at DCR is more than willing to talk and help you out in whatever way we can. The second one is operate. We're getting really close to the round 1 operational deadlines. That's in October 2025. We need everyone to move towards operation. Contact that compliance officer, talk with them as much as possible. I was just looking at the data dashboard just about an hour ago, and I noticed that commencement inspections takes, on average, about 26 days from start to finish. So less than a month. So everybody needs to get moving towards operation. And the last one is relate. You guys depend on each other. So build those relationships with each other. Wholesalers, contact those dispensary owners and get to talking. Dispensary owners, reach out to all of those wholesalers and make sure that you are able to connect and come to some agreements. And let's get this program moving forward.
Yeah, it's exciting. Speaking of communicate, we want to celebrate with you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 operational right now. We hear more that are coming online. It's always a celebration here in DCR when we hear about more coming online. So
2 years worth of work to get towards commencement.
it's really
That's worth
exciting.
celebrating.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I love to connect with people and then go and tour their facilities. The 2 that I went to go see, vastly different from each other. So I'm really anxious to go out there and meet everybody and see what's happening in the world of micro business.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to have you, the Micro Minutes new segment on the podcast. And I think she's going to be in the newsletter with her Micro Minutes as well. So
I love that. Many minutes to be had. Lots of good information, too.
So tune in next time for Micro Minutes with Lesley. And we'll see you next month.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Bye. We want to thank everyone for tuning in today and listening with us. If you don't already know, we're on Spotify now. Mm-hmm. So make sure you go out there if you have a Spotify account and follow us out there.
That's right. We're kind of a big deal now, being on Spotify.
Keep up between episodes. There's several ways to stay informed. Subscribe to our email list to receive emails from DCR on various topics and customize them to your needs. Go to cannabis.mo.gov and click on Join Our Email List under Contact Information. We also have the Cannabis Connection newsletter, published quarterly, your information link to Missouri's Division of Cannabis Regulation.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We had a lot of interesting information this time, and we'll do it again next month.
Yeah, and for more information, visit cannabis.mo.gov and click on DCR Communication and Resource tile. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast content is intended for adults over the age of 21 years old and is best to be used for informational purposes only. The content does not constitute official compliance or regulatory guidance. The department and author assumes no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in the content of this podcast. The information contained in this podcast is provided on an as-is basis with no guarantees of completeness, accuracy, usefulness, or timeliness. Cannabis licensees should consult with their assigned compliance officer for rules and regulations specific to their facility. The content is not intended to diagnose or treat any medical condition and should not be relied on for any medical purposes. Patients and the public should consult with their healthcare providers about medical-related questions and the impact of cannabis on health. If you believe you are having a medical emergency, call emergency services. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed herein are those of the authors, presenters, and do not necessarily represent the official views of, nor an endorsement by, the U.S. government, Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, or the government of the state of Missouri.